Hey guys, it's a little bit later than I said I was going to be coming on here live, but 80-day obsession and dinner and Valentine's Day is tomorrow, so I had to go pick up a little thing that Lily made for me that I have to wear tomorrow. And so I'm a little bit later than I said, but if you're able to watch live, great. Comment on here and I will try to kind of answer things, but at the same time I have a lot to say. You know I always do, but I took 2 pages worth of notes today from being part of Julie's Obsessed with Diamond group, and Keisha Fitzgerald went live in the group. She's actually going to be the speaker that's coming on the 24th as part of the training that we get to go to for Sparta Nation. I tell you what, this is the first time I've kind of watched a video of hers or even kind of listened to tips from her, and I love her already. And I cannot stress enough that if you can make it on, is it the 23rd or the 24th? Whatever that Saturday is, I think it's the 24th. If you can make it on that day, it will be worth your while. I can already tell you that, and I only watched 1 video of hers today. So I will try my best to take her passion and her words and spit it out to you in the same type of vibe. I'm not her, but it spoke to me. It is something that even though I've been a coach for 4 years, I was like, yeah, I need to do that. And I think everybody needs to do that. This will help us all. So that's why I'm coming live, and I'm just sharing what my brain learned today. It might work for you, it might not, but I really think that if we can embrace what she said and take some notes, go get a paper and pencil, pen, paper, whatever you write stuff down on, go do that real quick. And if you're watching the replay, pause me and go get a piece of paper and your notebook or whatever it is, because her tips were amazeballs in my opinion. Okay, so first things first, she started talking about having a why, and we all have a why that we signed up as a coach for. And for the most part, we probably all signed up for a discount, and we love the discount on the products and all of that. But we've moved into making it a business for ourselves, whether it's a hobby coach or more, for another reason. There's another reason why we are watching this call right now, going to live events, inviting people to challenge groups, because that has to be there. It can't just be because of the discount. So we know that, and especially if you're a veteran coach or even a new coach, your why is super important, but your why changes over the time that you're a coach. And what she referenced is that you have to be sharing that at least once a week on your social media platforms. And you might think you're saying the same thing over and over again and that everybody has seen it, but she said 2 things need to be shared every single week on your social media platforms, and that is your fitness story and your business story. So your why, your why about your fitness story. Is it a transformation? Is it weight loss? Is it clothes fitting better? Is it stronger? Is it now you're able to do push-ups and you used to not be able to do that? Was it that you were scared to take a group fitness class, and now that you've done this, this, and this, now you are leading fitness classes? I mean, your fitness story is your story, and you need to be sharing that every week on your social medias about your why. Why do you still do these workouts? Why do you still work out every day? Why do you do these challenge groups? What is your why? Is it because you want to, pick up your kids easier from, the floor? Is it so that you can do things with your kids? Is it because, a health concern? All of those things, you got to be sharing that out there at least once a week. And your business story, separate posts, separate story once a week. How has coaching changed your life? Why are you a coach? What is it doing for you? Is it financially helping you? Is it mentally helping you? Is it physically helping you? How has this whole new business, per se, affected your life in a positive manner? And share that at least once a week. That's on our little coaching win the week thing. The breadcrumbs. You have to be dabbling how this business opportunity is changing your life. And it's not always about weight loss, and it's not always about, fitting into smaller clothes. This business does way more than that. I'm not going to talk too much about it because everybody's different, but finding friends that make me feel like I'm part of a team again. It's kind of selfish, but I like being recognized. I like the plaques and stuff that we get and the rewards. That feels good. I like winning tank tops and stickers and mats and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff is cool. You have to share that of why you're doing what you're doing, okay? So that's what people connect with. People connect with those things. Sure, they might want to make money, but they want to connect with the fact that they can put their kids in dance class like you did, or that you got to go on trips and they've never been on a all-inclusive trip, or they've never been on a cruise and you earned it because of what you're doing. Those are the things that speak to people, and you have to share that kind of stuff, okay? It can't always be sweaty selfies and recipes. Sure, that's great, but there has to be a connection. What is going to make people be drawn to you? It's what you are doing with this business, what you are able to be doing because of this business and because of your fitness journey. I hope that makes sense. You can comment on there, or I know some of you are watching, give me some hearts or thumbs up or whatever to let me know that that kind of makes sense to you. So to kind of piggyback onto that, you have to have some joy in this business, okay? There's some things that this business can give you joy, but you have to have joy in doing this business to kind of be successful. So by doing all of these different things that we do, attending live events, partaking in challenge groups, feeling more confident with yourself because you've lost weight or your clothes fit better, all of those things give you joy. And that helps you succeed in the business, because this business is hard and we all know that. So the roller coaster that entrepreneurs go through, you have to still be able to find the joy in the business to kind of stay in it. And then when you stay in it, the business gives you joy. So just kind of dig deep. Figure out how this business has helped you, share all those things, your fitness story, your business story, and how it's fueling you or filling your cup is what I like to say. How's this business doing that? Okay, so keep that in the forefront of your post, and that is a must. It's a requirement. You got to get it out there to your people, okay? And even when you're just talking in person, talk about those type of things, okay? Now, to kind of get to the nitty-gritty of how to build a business with a full-time job, a little back history on her was that, first of all, she does not have a business or a like page on Facebook. She's never ran an ad or paid money for any of her sponsored stuff. And she's built most of her business on Instagram, but she does just still have her personal Facebook, and she is a top coach. She's only been in the business for 4 years. And she worked at Google and could not check her phone or do any type of business building activities from like 8 to 5 every day. So she shared what she did. No, she doesn't work there anymore. She's a full-time coach and she makes buku money. So basically what she shared with me today, or with the whole group, was what she did every day to build her business with a full-time job that she was not able to do any type of business activity during the day. So I think that that's why it speaks to me so well, because there's so many of us that are that way. Most of us are full-time career people. And even if you're a stay-at-home mom, you got kids, you're running here, you're going to the grocery store, you're doing laundry, you're cleaning up poopy diapers or whatever, you still have stuff to do that we can't just all focus for 8 hours a day on Beachbody. All right, hopefully you have pencil, paper, any of those kinds of things, and you are ready, because I'm going to give you 5 different things that she did or does, and then within those, there's like 5 parts to one. It'll all make sense. So she basically says she creates a weekly schedule. Now, if you want to be fancy, you can put it on a whiteboard, you can make it on a computer, you can get a planner. however you want it to be, even if it's just a pencil and paper and you write out Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You have this week and you have your times listed from like 6 a.m. or whatever time you get up, Trina, Angie, 3 a.m., all the way to the end when you're going to sleep, okay? You need the times. She said a monthly goal it's kind of like too big. It's too big to be thinking about the business building activities you need to do over the month. So focus it down to a week, okay? And then each week, maybe on Sunday, plan a time that you're gonna plan out this calendar that we're gonna talk about for the week, okay? So let me see, make sure I talked about all these different things. All right, so you've got your week out here, Sunday through Saturday. You've got your times listed out, and what she did and what she was suggesting all of us do is that you need to put down your personal commitments first. So what are those? Basically, that's your job. So if you have a full-time career and you work every day from 8 to 4:30, but you're driving to work in your car from 7:30 to 8, and then you don't get home until 5, you need to block that out. That is, you're at work, and that's where you are. You're at work. Now, there's some exceptions to where maybe you could listen to your personal development on your way to work. We'll get to that. Maybe you might find a pocket of time at your lunch that you can use, but block out on your calendar when you're going to work, okay? Then, number 2 that needs to be on your calendar is you have to take care of you. End of story. So you have to take care of you in order to do anything else. So what is that? That basically means if you have kids and they have soccer practice every single Tuesday at 6 o'clock, that is, put it on there from 6 to 7 or however long it is, that's on your calendar. If you teach a class at Ivy Tech, Angie, you put that on your calendar. Your workout, put your workout on your calendar. And she's like, I like to put my shake on my calendar because I like to check it off that I did it, because she's kind of type A. So you're going to put everything that is a commitment for you and your family on the calendar. And she said, include your meal prep, put it on there. And she's like, I can't believe I'm saying this last because it should have been first. Put your personal development on your calendar. She's like, even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's 15 minutes, you have to put it on there or it will never get done. And all of us know, you can probably say that if you're not doing your personal development, you can feel it in your business. The personal development is key, and it's one of the main things that coaches forget to do or don't do because it's not what they don't think it's a business building activity. But the personal development builds your confidence. It helps you find the joy in some of these things. It helps you feel strong. It gets you more excited for wanting more in your life. It helps you be able to speak to other people that are kind of going through the same struggles as you. It is key. So you have to put it on your calendar, okay? I have yet to talk anything about inviting or anything like that. So you've got the calendar. You've put your job. You've put taking your kids to soccer practice. You have class that you teach. She referenced at the very, very end of the video, but I'm going to reference it now. If you have a spouse or a significant other that obviously has some different events or different things that maybe you have to go to or you need to be present for, that needs to be on your calendar because your life is first, okay? You don't work for Beachbody, you work for you. So you have to be happy and your life has to be important, okay? So put all those things out. If you know that's important that you go on a date night with your husband every single week, you put it on the calendar, okay? If you know that it's important that you spend, once a week I don't know, have a night out with your kids and it's just you and your kids or however you want to do it, you put it on there, okay? Does that make sense? You've put your job and you've put your life basically on the calendar. Now, the rest of your day throughout the week is where we're going to put in these different activities that she discussed, okay? So this will be like number 3 that's going to go on your calendar. Within number 3, there's going to be 5 parts, okay? So number 3 is now we have to plan our business building activities. And what tends to happen is people get tied up in business related activities. So what the heck's the difference? All right. Business building is obviously something that's going to build your business. Business related are things that we like to do, like maybe making fun images on Canva, maybe making fun February calendars. They're all things that need to be done, but they're not really building your business, okay? So we'll get to the business related activities, but business building is where we're going to go next, okay? So we got 5 business building things that we're going to put on our calendar. Now, she referenced how much time she spent on these, and she had a full-time job. She did say that she didn't have kids at the time, so everybody's different. So when I tell you how much time she spent each night, don't freak out. We'll get to that. But here's what she did, okay? So she worked all day. She got home. She did her workout, ate her dinner. Here's all the stuff. And then now she has some time for her business. And what is she going to do? She's not going to get tied up scrolling the feed and talking about how her favorite friend's little daughter has a cute polka dot dress, because that's wasting time, okay? So here's what we're going to do. Here's number 5 things. Number 1, so it doesn't have to be in this order, but I'm just going to do it in this order and say Monday, okay? So Monday, first thing that we're going to block out is a 45-minute block. And this was kind of new to me. It's not new to spend 45 minutes on my business, but 45 minutes doing one activity. Crazy, I know. So she spent, so let's pretend it's Monday, and she's put it down there for a 45-minute block, and she literally sets herself a timer, and she has it go backwards. So 45 minutes counting down. So when it gets to 0, it buzzes or makes a sound or whatever, and she shuts her laptop, okay? 45 minutes, number 1. Networking. Now, what the heck does that mean? That means adding to your network. That means literally sending friend requests and adding people to your network, or on Instagram, adding followers to your network. So that's another whole little video that I could tell you. If you watch the National Wake Up Call this week, there was tips on that. I did it today. I've been doing it all this week, but I specifically did what she said today. Like, go to your favorite restaurant on Instagram. Like, I went to Nada. It's my favorite all-time Mexican restaurant. And I went to Nada and I looked to see who followed them. I went into their followers and I literally just started clicking follow on every female that looked, based on their picture, that looked like somebody that I would think, hey, like, if you like Nada and you like margaritas and you like tacos, we're probably going to be friends. And I just started following them. And what she referenced is that person's going to get a notification, and it's going to be like, KM Hendershot followed you. And they're going to be like, who the heck's that? And what are they going to do? They're going to click on you, and they're going to go to your profile, or they're going to click on your story. And if they vibe with you and they like what you're posting, they're probably going to follow you back. Boom, free follower. That's real. It's a legit person. If they don't vibe with you and they're like, God, this girl posts a bunch of food and fitness and whatever, ugh. Well, I don't need her in my tribe anyways, right? Like, we don't mesh. So who cares if they don't follow you back? Now, the Wake Up Call on Monday talked about an app called Cleaner for Instagram. I went ahead and I paid the $2.99 because once I did the free version, it only let me do so much. So I paid the $2.99. Come on, $2.99. So follow all these people, blah, 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 all week long. On Sunday, you're going to open up your Cleaner app, and it's so simple. You go in there and you're going to hit advanced settings, and it's going to say unfollow everybody that didn't follow you back. Boom, click, and it unfollows everybody that didn't follow you back. And it helps your Instagram account stay clean, which is kind of cool. So I've been doing that all week. I've been going to my favorite food places. I've typed in hashtags, like I typed in margaritas for days. And all these people were like posting pictures of the margaritas, and one was on a cruise boat and all that. I'm like, follow, follow, follow. And I had 8 new followers in like 45 minutes. So try it out. Try out things that are, so I've been doing like beach life, cruiseaholic, margaritas for days, nothing really to do with Beachbody, because if it's Beachbody stuff, then you're going to get a bunch of Beachbody coaches, and that's not who you want. So like, who are you? Like, what are you about, you know, and find that kind of thing. Okay. So she spent 45 minutes not following up, not inviting anybody, not posting on her social media, literally 45 minutes of adding people to her network. And then when the timer went off, she shut her computer and she was done. What? That was like eye-opening to me, okay? Number 2, 45-minute block on Tuesday. Okay, we moved to a whole new day. You went to work and now here's your 45-minute block on Tuesday. Relationship building, that's huge for Beachbody coaches, as we know. So for 45 minutes, she sets her timer, and this is where she sent her hey girl messages. So for 45 minutes, she went in and typed in a message to any friend or a follower on Facebook or a new follower on Instagram, you know, that just said, hey girl, you know, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. You know, this is going to break the ice. And she said, you leave it up to them to respond. If they don't respond, then they're A, not interested, or they're not your tribe, and you move on. Okay, you're not responding and following up at this time. You are literally sending messages for 45 minutes. She said you will shock the crap out of yourself of how many people you can truly message if that's all you do. Don't let the dings get to you and you feel like you have to respond. No, you send the message. Done. Okay, I know that's hard to think about, but I think I'm going to try that. All right. Now, number 3, which would be Wednesday for 45 minutes. This is where you're going to do your inviting. And there's going to be another whole call video tomorrow from Danielle, I think, yeah, Danielle Natoni. No, Christina Delgado, which I love both of them, all on inviting. So I'll probably have more tips on that as well. But for 45 minutes, you're going to invite. And that's not putting a call to action on your social media and saying, join my challenge group. No, this is like literally sending a message, not a, hey girl, how you doing? It's been a long time since I've talked to you, or, you know, thanks for showing me love on my post. This is actually inviting people to the challenge group or to the coaching opportunity specifically. Okay. And she's like, you don't need to worry about the products, because they see your post, they see that Beachbody does amazing marketing and that kind of stuff. You can kind of help sell those per se, but what they're doing is they need to relate to you, okay? So you might say something like, this is kind of what she referenced, like, so maybe it's a new follower on Instagram, like one of my margarita girls or whatever. I go to her page and I see, you know, that she's got margaritas, she's got some fitness posts and maybe some healthy tacos or whatever. And she's like, and Kate even referenced this the other day, like just unapologetically invite them. So she said, I'll click on the message and I'll be like, hey girl, we just started following each other. I think it's awesome that we've connected, blah, blah, blah. You seem like you would love, or you seem like someone that's interested in fitness just like me. You seem like somebody that loves being surrounded by a bunch of girlfriends and, you know, going to group fitness classes. I can tell on your post. Would you like to learn more about joining my team? Because I've actually, you know, earned income by doing what you're doing already. You know, just put it out there is what she's saying. And she's like, worst case scenario, they're going to unfollow you. Who cares? And she's like, so what? But best case scenario is they're like, heck yeah, what do you mean? I can make money by working out? And there's a lot of people that have no clue that we have this opportunity. Okay. So, yeah, cool try. Why not? What's the hurt in that? Okay. So we've got Monday, 45 minutes of literally adding followers to your network for the whole time. Relationship building is on Tuesday. Hey girl, hey, how's it going? Hey girl, 45 minutes of that. Wednesday, 45 minutes of inviting. Strictly inviting. Join my team. Do you want to know more about being a coach? We have a challenge group on February 19th. Would you like to take part in it? Do you want to be part of our team? Do you think you would like to earn an extra income by working out and getting healthy? Literally inviting them to specifically that opportunity or potentially a sneak peek that's coming up, okay? Then, number 4 and number 5. So Thursday and Friday, 45 minutes, you're gonna revisit your invites and follow-ups, okay? So who you've been inviting with, maybe the next day you're gonna follow up, or some of those relationship building hey girl messages, you're gonna follow up with them for 45 minutes and respond and connect and things like that. Your number 5 is kind of continuing those conversations. So they're kind of both the same, following up and continuing your conversations with those messages that you've already been sending on your Tuesday and Wednesday with your hey girls and your inviting messages. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, she said, key to your invites and your follow-ups is even if there's someone that said no to your invite, you still continue a conversation with them. That's key. That does not mean no forever. That means maybe no, not yet. Now, if they tell you to like go pound sand and they unfriend you, okay, fine. But if they're like, no, you know, I'm just not really interested or whatever, you can't drop them. You just continue to build a relationship, or, you know, just chat with them, follow up with those people, okay? Now, so an example that she said, and I try my best to chicken scratch it as best I can. Hey girl, I know we chatted last October about my challenge group and life was super crazy for you and you just didn't think that you had time. Well, I didn't forget about you. I think you would kick butt in our new challenge group that's starting on February 19th. The new program is awesome. I think you'd be great. Is this the time that's your time? Or would you like to join us this time? And be specific. I didn't forget about you. Like, I'm still here doing what I do, and I think you'd be great. Subtle words like that, to me, is pretty awesome. Make it about them. Like, you didn't forget about them kind of thing. Now, so before I move on, those 45-minute blocks, you know, she said, if you look at your calendar that you've put out and you've put in your work and your kids and your husband and your teaching class and your staff Christmas party that you got to go to, all those kind of things, if you don't have 45 minutes to do those things, what time do you have? And she said 15-minute blocks like a boss, okay? So, hey Maria, so if you don't have 45 minutes, then where can you put 15 minutes and say, these 15 minutes, I'm only adding followers. These 15 minutes, I'm only inviting. Okay, I got another 15 minutes down here that wasn't enough time for me to invite. I'm going to invite again. Okay, so can you break it up into 15-minute blocks where you know, I got my calendar, I got my schedule, I'm not going to be scrolling social media and waste my 15 minutes. I'm going to own it like a boss and treat my business like a business, and this is what I'm going to do. So hopefully that helps. I understand that not everybody's got 45 minutes and kids and bath times and that kind of stuff, but if you are doing something specific, if you are doing it consistently and you have a focus, it's going to be way better than anything that you had been doing and doing it kind of haphazardly. Okay. Now, so I told you there's going to be 5 things, and within number 3, there were 5 things. So now we're moving on to number 4, which is you have to have some unplugged time. A lot of us coaches, we tend to just do this all the time as best that we can. We want to get the sale. We want to try to get those Success Club points. We want to help everybody that we can. But you can probably talk to anybody that's a veteran coach that's at least on this team or on Team Beachbody in general, and there's probably been a time where it's affected our relationships in some way, shape, or form. And she was like, no one is going to die if you don't respond immediately. I know it's kind of a joke, but that's how we operate because we're like, yes, yes, they're interested. Oh my God, blah, 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 and we start typing back to them. She's like, you don't need to respond to a message about Shakeology in the middle of your kid's basketball game. She's like, that can wait. You know, she's like, you can talk to them about what their favorite flavor is or what the challenge pack price is at the end of the game or at halftime. You don't have to miss your kid's first time ever scoring a goal because your face was in your phone. And that kind of resonated with me. So, or like in the middle of dinner or whatever it is that you find yourself doing, you have to find some unplugged time. So put that on your schedule. So if, like I just told Tony tonight that like typically like around 10 is when he kind of comes in from the garage and work on his bike and all that kind of stuff. And I'm typically done with Beachbody-ish. And we sit on the couch, and that's when we watch, we call it The Dead People. It's The Walking Dead. And we're watching it, but we're both kind of still scrolling, and I'm still kind of responding every once in a while, which is fine, really. But at the same time, like, we could either A, have more time between the two of us, or I could actually pay attention to the show, you know, and not have to be like, wait, what just happened? Because I was in the middle of something else. Unplug yourself. You'll be more energized to do some of these other business building behaviors if you unplug yourself for times and literally put it on your schedule and know that maybe Saturday is an off day. You don't do Beachbody on Saturday, you know, or maybe it's Sunday. You got to find some time that you put it in there. But if you put it in there, then you'll be able to kind of put these other business building activities around that and know that you're going to do them. Okay. Now, number 5, the last thing that you're going to put on your calendar, the things to do for your week, is what she calls maintenance activities. Now, your maintenance activities is obviously, we didn't talk one time about when do you check in with your challengers, and that's like a huge part of our business, but not at the same time. Okay, challenge groups are where we build up our challengers, and those challengers typically become coaches if they're rockstar challengers. So you have to have that maintenance behavior. You have to do that, but that's not where your business is going to build. You have to do these other building activities to get them even into the challenge group. So your challenge group should not be your main focus of your business, is what she was saying, and that kind of made sense to me. You could go in there and you could be commenting on everybody's stuff and posting on everybody's things. And who else is going to join your challenge group now because you just spent your 20 minutes that you did have doing that instead of getting new people in? I hope that's resonating with you. So another aspect of only doing it at certain times. So this is what she said. She had a 30-minute block in the morning and a 30-minute block in the evening. If you don't have that much time, maybe you only have 10 minutes. But put some time in your day where you're going to check in with your challenge group, and that's it. You only check in with that challenge group then. And scroll in. So like if right now is my 10 minutes of time, I might go in there and comment on Kate, and then comment on Jessica, and then comment on Angie's. And then those 10 minutes, I'm going to check in with all my challengers, and I'm going to be active in the group. And the reason she said that that's even more key, obviously, because you need to be doing your business building activities. But what happens, and this totally made sense to me, is if you are constantly commenting and liking and posting in your challenge group kind of all day, every day, throughout the day, those challengers that are in there that we think maybe would be great coaches, but yet they got a full-time job and they have kids and they're busy, what that's like subconsciously showing them is that that's what they should be doing too. And that's where a lot of people think they don't have time to do this, because they're like, I can't check into the group. I can't go live at 10 a.m. I can't, just make a small video here and there, or post about my meal prep all throughout the day, because that's what they see. And I guess I hadn't really ever thought about it like that maybe that's why people are thinking, I can't do what you do, because like I'm kind of active all the time. My job kind of lets me do that a little bit. And so maybe that makes it look like I do too much. So maybe that's showing your challengers like that they can't do what you do because they don't have time to do what you do. Whereas if you tell your challenger, well, this is what I do. I check into my group at 7:30 to 8 a.m. and then I come back in around 8 o'clock at night and I check in, and that's what I do. And I spend 45 minutes inviting on Monday. I do 45 minutes of this on Tuesday, and this is how I built my business. I think that is doable. And I think it seems duplicatable. And I think that, to me, just like the 80-day obsession meal plan, it puts a focus on our business building activities and still lets you have you and your life and your family. And like I said, you don't work for Beachbody, you work for you. And so you are doing Beachbody to help benefit your life. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, what she says is she puts a timer on her phone for her food prep. She puts a timer on her phone, or an alarm, I should say, an alarm on her phone for food prep, an alarm on her phone for making her schedule. And every Sunday, she makes her schedule. So if that's a whiteboard or a wipe-off sheet or a planner, whatever you're going to do, make it. And involve your spouse if you have one. Involve your significant other if you have one. Make them feel part of your week. So if they say, you know what, on Wednesday, so-and-so invited us to B-Dubs so we could go watch the football game or whatever, you go. You go with them. And then when you say, but on Saturday, I have this Beachbody thing I really want to go to. It's from 9 to 12. Could you watch the kids for those 3 hours so that I can do my business activity or whatever I need to do then? So you have those conversations and it feels together. It feels like a joint decision. They might not work the business with you, but they get to hear and see and know some of the things that you are doing, and makes them feel part of it. Okay? She even referenced that if you're like her, which she schedules everything, she puts what she's going to post about. So if, outside of her 45-minute block, if she knows she has a sneak peek coming up, she might pencil in post about sneak peek, share a recipe, and she writes that on her calendar so that she's not just making up the shit as she goes along. And instead of doing it for the month, do it for the week. She's like, the week is smaller, it's manageable, it's easier for you to be able to visually see and focus your time. Now, if you have more time and you want more success in the business and you are striving to be elite or you are striving to 2-star, whatever it is that you're wanting to do, if your goals are more of an income base and all of that, then instead of only doing those 5 blocks, you might have enough time where you're able to do 45 minutes of inviting and 45 minutes of follow-ups on the same day. Where and when you put those blocks in, it's up to you and your schedule, as we know. Okay? So I hope that gives you some tips. I try not to be too long-winded. There was a lot of great information, and this is about how long it took her to get it. So I hope that you have time to watch this. Watch it in pieces if you need to. But if you made it this far, and you get here to the end, I would love, 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 even if it's just a chicken scratch on a piece of paper, for you to make a schedule and take a picture of it and put it in the comments, or even post it in our team page so that other people can kind of see where your business building activities are and how it fits into your life. And I really, truly think this is going to help us. I think it's going to focus us. I think it's going to make us do business building activities, not as many business related activities. And our businesses are going to grow, okay? We've got the emails set up for coach training. We have the welcome email set up. It's in our cover photo. Of course, our challenge group is on fire right now, so this is the best time to bring people in and duplicate what each other is doing, okay? So comment, take a picture, share your schedule. It might not be 45 minutes. It might only be 20 minutes. Everybody's different, but doing those behaviors and focusing is key, okay? Even with a full-time job. And if you're a stay-at-home mom and maybe you have more time, you gotta focus. I think stay-at-home moms can sometimes have too much time on their hands and get sidetracked even more than some of us that have full-time jobs. So get yourself a planner, get yourself a schedule, take a picture of it, post it in the group, and have a good night.